Let's talk about enlightenment. And whenever the meditation is talked or thought about or is read, there is always the other side, which is enlightenment, because I think that is considered the goal of meditation. That's the holy grail. That's why we do it. That's what we want. We want to really know and be away from all the miseries, and we want to be free forever. So to get enlightened, we need to know what enlightenment is, and after knowing it, we can see what we can do about it. Enlightenment is nothing but able to see the truth the way it is, without any version, without any different interpretation, without giving it a spin. Just undisputed, undeniable truth, which you see it, anyone else, if that person end up seeing it, there is no two versions. And one simple yet very effective example we can take is, say for example, this small plant here. What do you see? If I ask you, obviously you will see a plant here, and I see the same thing, you see the same thing, anybody else will see the same thing, and the same leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, same kind of base. So here nobody can see things otherwise. This is a physical form of truth, or we can call it enlightenment. The same might or might not work on the mental level, because mind can play many games. At mind level, we can have our own version. So for example, relationships, most of the time people say that it was definitely the other person's fault. Rarely I have seen anybody saying, no, it was my fault and I had some issues and maybe I should have corrected it, or I should have made the changes. But generally it's always the other person that it appears that as if you were flawless and it's all other person's fault. So I think this is generally what happens in any other field also. When the failure happens, people become very defensive, they justify themselves. It's a professional failure, it's a team failure, it's a business failure, it's a job failure, and they think that they have done nothing wrong and maybe they did everything right, or that is the best they can do, and if things doesn't work out, they don't work out, it's maybe other people's fault, they are not involved enough, and they have ulterior motives and they want you to fail, and many stuff. So here, how does anybody get enlightened? So as we see that there is a layer of ego, and on top of it we have many other layers to hide the truth. Sometimes if we really meditate and we are able to uncover those layers, we can see the truth, but we choose to ignore it, because truth could be bitter, it could be uncomfortable, it could not be in exactly the version you want to be. It is not in accordance to you, because it is truth. That's why we call it truth. That irrespective of you say it or someone else says it, truth doesn't change. It remains. It's like a physical truth. So the day we become enlightened, when we goes beyond these layers, and we are always in sync of truth. We become in sync of truth. We get a clarity that is the rightmost thing to do, that is the most honest thing to do, and that is the most hopeful way of being. Because if you know the inputs, if you know the information, if you know the exact truth, then you can do something about it. You can make changes, you can really decide that, yeah, that was a problem, and maybe I had some contribution, or I was not maybe fully aware, or I did not know, or this is how I did a mistake, and this correction will lead me to betterment, or what exactly I want to have, this I will get. So enlightenment on mental side, on soul side, on meditation side, is ability to really see inwardly, see the truth, the exact truth, without any distortion, without any spin, without any layer, without any cover, and then able to live according to that, able to be in sync forever, not just one time, not just maybe when you are caught or when somebody sees you or when somebody, when you have no other choice, maybe when there are police or cops or somebody, authority is there and you just cannot do. That's not being enlightenment, or that's not being truthful. Truthful is like when from your heart, mind and soul you be in sync with the truth of nature, the truth of everything, and then from there you not only you are enlightened, you will be enlightened, and people around you have a possibility to have such profound change in their life. They can live a really meaningful, purposeful, enlightened, great life ahead. This is Manu Rajvanshi, and we are always available at Anvention.com, www.anvention.com, for any similar contents, videos, articles. Feel free to browse our site and send us our comments. I can be reached at Manu, MANU, at Anvention.com, ANVENTION.com. Thank you.